Hello and welcome back to Mid-Atlantic Esports. It's another Tuesday, and tonight we arrive back to the land of Overwatch 2 for your presentation brought to you by GameGen and Events DC. It is Mount Overwatch versus the Catholic University of America today, and it's going to be an interesting matchup because these are two of the teams that are currently joint third. There's four teams that are joint third. So this will kind of decide what's kind of going on here. And I'm joined today by Sweet Lemon. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, splendidly, splendidly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to today's matchup. Obviously, last week we saw League of Legends coming out, and the standings are looking pretty decent for that. We do have in first place George Washington University. They won their matchup last week, and they're looking pretty good. 4-1 record there at the top, followed by ODU, Radford, and George Mason Patriots. Um, so, yeah, League of Legends. Also, we had a bye for Catholic University and Radford, yeah, 1-2 there. But back to the land of Overwatch. This is basically the decider of that kind of third spot. So many teams drawn for third place. This is going to start to be where we see where these teams are going to land at the end of this regular season.
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at last week's matches, Mount Vernon, they're coming off of a 3-0 victory over the Howard CC Dragons, and the Catholic University of America. They're coming off of 0-3 loss to the BSC Bobcats. So you got COA looking to bounce back, and then you got Mount Overwatch looking to kind of continue this movement streak, establish themselves towards the upper bracket of the teams playing here in this conference.
Yeah, absolutely. There's all to play for tonight in this matchup, and it's a story of will Mount peak here, or will the Catholics? I'm trying to wait. Actually, maybe I shouldn't touch
Some
religion.
some
I'll not
some
touch
some
religion.
kind of some kind of mountain climbing joke. I think
Yeah,
we could
maybe the
make there. Yeah,
Mormons
yeah.
have like their climbing equipment.
The Mormons and their climbing equipment,
Those Mormons and their climbing
as they
equipment.
do.
As yeah.
Famed yodelers.
Well, I do
The
like a good
Mormons of
yodel.
Yeah. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like a good yodel?
Yeah, you know what? I feel like not enough streams start with yodeling music. Uh,
Well, this won't be one of them that does.
yes, not to hype you up about yodeling, folks. Oh boy.
Shout out to all of our yodeling fans in the audience.
Yeah,
You know
I
who you
mean,
are.
yeah,
I
it's
hope
it's personal. It's in the soul. That's where the yodel is.
it really is.
Oh boy, really off
This
track
is gonna be a
already.
day.
This
This is
is
gonna be
gonna be
fun,
some
isn't it?
cast.
Yeah, no, it's just like, all right, let's see what we got for the teams. All right, we're going in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh boy.
And 2 minutes in, talking about yodeling.
Yes, we meant to talk about yodeling. Not even talking about, the landscape of Overwatch 2 right now, which, we're still in that pre-patch land where we've seen Overwatch Grand Finals and it was outstanding, but they were playing on a patch that we do not yet have. So currently Zarya and Diva has not been nerfed, neither has the Genji been pummeled into the ground. So we're still playing in that kind of old world. It's kind of a weird timeline that the devs has created for us, but I'm expecting that these teams will still bring out the Genji, and we'll see a lot more Zarya than we do in the Overwatch League playoffs.
Well, I'm excited for that. I've always enjoyed watching Zarya. I first started doing commentary for Overwatch back during the Grav Dragon era, if anyone remembers that. That's like pre-goats.
Hmm.
And it was always a lot of fun to watch the combos and everything and the team play. And I think that's really what I've enjoyed about Overwatch 2 is it feels that the better team wins, not so much the team with the better players. Like you can have good
Yeah.
individual pieces, but uh someone like say Florida Mayhem. They were able to. They obviously didn't have the most stellar regular season, but they were able to come together as a team and make it far in the playoffs. Same with the Houston Outlaws, I think, and obviously the Dallas Fuel, who took the whole thing home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Team play is very, very important in Overwatch too. I mean, obviously historically in Overwatch, but really, now in the meta that we're in as well, very, pick oriented, especially if those sojourns being so prevalent. One thing you won't see is me. She is still in the Shadow Realm. Blizzard have locked her away, and the first PvE event will be saving her from whatever shady realm Blizzard has sent her to.
I believe that realm is called experimental patch notes, but who knows? Who knows what we'll see? Who knows what May will break next? Is it an illegal maneuver like we saw early on in the seasons, or will we see some new fun ways of breaking the game come out?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the first week of Overwatch 2's release, I watched Azaria just fully walk through a May wall like it was nothing, and I was like, okay, that's where we're at.
Teleportation. Yeah, Zarya can teleport. Once you can
Yeah.
bench 512 kilograms, you can just teleport through walls.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
little known scientific fact.
yeah, what's an ice wall to a power lifter like Zarya? Just walk through that.
Yeah, just another thing to lift.
Absolutely. And don't worry, folks, we will be getting to the game eventually. Of course, those players do still need to set up that lobby and get things rolling. So we'll be in as soon as the players are ready. Of course, it's always the players' fault, never the casters. That's all I'm saying. I'm not starting a conversation. I'm just pointing it out.
Well, the thing is, we have to maintain some semblance of professionalism. So it would be weird if the players were here before us. And even if they were, we could just lie and say that they weren't.
That is true, yes.
So we always win.
It's all a fiction. It's all a fiction. Nothing you
Right.
see here is real. Yodeling doesn't exist.
Back to the yodeling.
Back to the yodeling. Yeah, gotta
Back
call
to the yodeling. Why not?
Oh boy. You know what would be an interesting character? Obviously, we learned what the next tank is going to be. It's going to be Ramrata. It's kind of this dual kind of mode character, kind of like how Bastion is right now. But for tanks, oh god, that's a horrible idea that I just imagined in my mind. A Bastion as a tank. But maybe there could be a yodeling character later on. Lucio uses sound beats. Maybe we could have a yodel sound character.
Oh yeah. I don't think do the Danes have any representation in Overwatch yet? I don't think they do. Wait, is Torb Danish?
No, no.
He's Swedish.
He's Swedish. That's a voice line of his. No, I don't think there's any Danes. No,
Well,
I'm
there you
wrong.
go.
No,
Wait.
Sigma, right?
Oh, wait.
Sigma,
Maybe.
yeah, Sigma's Danish.
See, that
Yes, there we
sounds
go.
right.
I almost forgot.
Yo,
I almost
okay.
forgot.
Sigma rework 20. Let Sigma yodel 2022 make a trend.
Ooh, replace his shield with a yodel barrier.
No,
Nothing
replaces
can-
rock with a stunning yodel attack. There you go.
The impenetrable yodel.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That actually feels kind of on brand for him.
Honestly, yes. That's how he floats as well. He softly yodels. Oh boy.
Yodel me soft me Sigma. Yodel me
Yodel
softly.
me softly. Oh boy. Is this what Blizzard do when they come up with new characters?
Yeah. This feels like when you're like you're designing. It's like, all right, let's just throw everything at a wall, see what sticks. I think yodeling is something that someone at some point has pitched. It definitely did not stick.
Somewhere
but it looks
in
like the players are getting the lobby all set up, so you won't have to listen to us talk about yodeling, and you can hear us instead talk about your favorite Overwatch teams.
Yes, absolutely, and maybe one of them are playing today. Maybe you're a Mount fan and you're looking for them to take the lead here, or maybe you're from Catholic University. It's very interesting how it's set up right now with so many teams in that, like I say, joint third. Obviously you need every week will show kind of more of the story of what we're going to see in the end. It'll start to shape out more. And I think this will be one of the weeks where we really start to see where those kind of mid teams are in terms of, how they play against each other. And it'll start to shape out a little bit better in the standings, I think.
Yeah, that we will. And now we are seeing the lobby. Are we going to be... That's a map I've not seen in a long time. I don't know that we're actually starting out on Hanamura, but we'll,
Oh my god. Hanamura, I almost forgot.
Right? 2CP, let's go!
2CP!
Better than push. Hot take.
Oh,
2CP better than push.
Wow, that is a hot take.
To watch. Push is miserable to play and to watch. 2CP is at least fun to watch, like, higher level players actually play.
I don't know. I feel I have different opinions on that. I actually enjoy watching push.
Really?
I'm a push enjoyer. Yes, I am a push enjoyer.
Average push fan. Average 2CP enjoyer. You be the judge, Chad.
Oh no, I know how that meme looks. I know how that's gonna look. Oh, I do miss it though. I wish they'd bring the maps back, kind of maybe reconfigure them into control or push or whatever the new game mode is that we don't even know yet. Well,
I was gonna say, it seems weird that we have these best of 5 games and we have to repeat one match type when they had a 5th match type that they just ditched. I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, I very much doubt we'll see 2CP today. If we do, I will be thoroughly shocked and wrong.
As will I. Oh, but okay, we click over to Busan. Okay, yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. I didn't even know it was still in the game. I'll be real.
Yeah, that's definitely more likely to be what we're actually starting with. And obviously, now we're looking at the rosters here. We're getting a good idea. We got, Toast, Captain Aquinas, Moses, Cozy, and Zerial for Mount there. And for Catholic University, we've got Top Hat Guy, Airman, Poke Manster, Spooky Boy, and Restiel?
Restil? Yeah, Restil. I'm sure chat will lovingly correct us.
Yes.
Is Pokemonster sounds like the British version of Pokemon.
Yes, and in the 80s.
I don't know why.
Yeah. It ran for 2 seasons.
Shout out to the BBC.
Yes, well, in fact, let's not get into that.
Hey, I just see the shows that they put out. I don't see anything else.
That is true. That is true.
Plus, me dumb American Texan pew pew. what is culture outside my state?
Yeah, nothing exists in the state. It's all just virtual reality.
Texas. It's just Texas and nothing else. Everything else is a figment of Texas's imagination.
As far as the eye could see, it was Texas.
Oh no. Yeah, that sounds like something I would hear someone from Texas say.
Pretty sure that's a setting of Mad Max, right?
No. It's Texas Junior, aka Australia.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
That's when you put Texas into the bad corner. It's Australia.
No. Corpus Christi is the bad corner, which is a joke that only people from Texas will get.
Yeah, I laugh just because it's like funny to imagine, but I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, no, we call it the armpit of Texas.
Oh no!
Which is very relevant to Overwatch, as I'm sure you can tell. How about that Route 66? That's in Texas, I think.
Yeah, Route 66. Yeah, maybe the next map will be a push map in Corpus Christi.
Yeah. No, oh please no.
No. That'll be your favorite map.
Oh. God.
We have fun.
We got some feedback from the producers on our commentary. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I hope we've vamped for long enough and that these teams are getting ready to get into this. Now, I can't help but notice that only one person in this lobby has a sportsmanship ranking. So these teams
Oh,
we might see some toxicity. I don't know.
wow.
I don't know. I'm memeing here.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's not even one of the players, it is our producer.
Yeah,
Oh
very
boy, yeah.
kind, very
I mean,
kind,
that
very
just kind
kind
of
lady.
shows Overwatch player moment, you know?
Right? The real gamer moment right there. You're not a real gamer if you have an above a 1 sportsmanship rating.
Absolutely. Oh, it looks like we have some chatters. Jewel Rule says, "Go Junk Daddy." You reckon we'll see Junkrat? Oh, we're in.
Oh, we
It's
are.
real.
It's Li Jiang. Wait, Li Jiang?
Yep.
Okay.
From
Oh,
Busan to Lijiang, we will
I didn't see
be.
the switch, so I was like, wait, this isn't in Busan. I was so confused.
All right, yeah, we'll be heading into day market, you could call it now, in Lijiang Tower. We'll see what these teams pick in just a moment, but I got to expect it will be monkey comps. Oh, we're still
Well,
actually teasing the Reinhardt. Could it be? You don't see it too often. Obviously, a team that's quite well suited for it, plays quick and fast, if that aggression can do it. But yeah, they're not swapping off this. This might not be a bait.
it's really interesting to see as well, considering, they don't have the Kiriko either. Airman's going to be running the Baptiste. The only okay, well now they have the Sojourn, but I was going to say the only hero that was smeared on both sides for a moment there was Lucio. That would have been quite the sight. Oh, and it seems like the Symmetra's not really a bait either. They're going in with it. It's not just a TP and switch. And they did get them to the point first, and it looks like they will be able to get the first cap. With the Spooky Boy taking down Moses as well. Yeah, somehow the Sim, not a mean pick.
Yeah, that TP worked out very well for them. Allowed them to get nice and aggressive there, and you can see they're just in the cleanup stage right now. But it has allowed them very good control of this point. You see them now holding quite far forward, not letting them get even an inch. It's that aggression that I was talking about. You need to play very quick with this comp to get value against what Mount are playing.
Yeah, that you do, and they really are. And you had talked about us not being on that new patch yet with the nerfs, so I am almost a little surprised we are still seeing the Winston come out, because it seemed like Zarya was such a good pick, but obviously neither of these teams opting for it. They have their own better answers, they believe. And so far, I mean, so far the Red Squad, they are carrying it pretty hard.
Yeah,
And
Catholic.
as soon as I say that,
yeah, it's still immediate curse. Yeah, yeah. Catholic were holding in well there, but of course opportunities present themselves when you split away from your team on the brawl. That's what Zerial followed up on there, as I believe it was Spooky Boy was a little bit of position, but now Kitsune Rush is going to come out here.
that is the first one of the game. We'll see if they're able to keep up with it, and so far it's going to look like Mount is going to have the hold here. Double kill off of the Winston Primal. Okay, all right, usually that's more of a zoning ult, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, you love to see it, those boots off the coast there. Now if the beat to sustain them.
That there, and now here comes a big shatter. You see a couple people going down, and there's going to be some kills. Still finds Moses, top 8 guy finds Cozy, and still also finds Toast. But Capta, at least trying to keep the team in this momentarily, will get a kill onto Symmetra, but the flip is going to come through.
Yeah, now you're in a bit of trouble here with your Monkey and Kiriko stuck behind. In fact, they're decided to stick into this one, and they do have the Blossom ready, which is a big win condition here.
Are they going to need it? They seem to be picking up the kills just fine without it. Moses popping the overclock. They're going to find what they need off that. And then, oh, actually, I thought that was Reaper's kill, but okay, no, just another soldier.
Yeah, they may be Catholic University, but it was Mount that parted the Red Sea there. As Moses there got lots of value from that overclock. Of course, that headshot very deadly. Now on this recontest, they don't have really any key ultimates of their own, and they're pushing into a team that has a few win conditions, especially that Kitsune Rush is coming up, as well as that Blossom.
Yeah, and MSMU is just jumping in there and pounding right now. Worth pointing out, I did a wee bit of Googling. It is a women-only college, so this is actually going to be an all-female team, I believe, for their Overwatch look, and they are cranking it out today.
It's a very interesting piece of information. Moses
That it is. Right
gets
now.
her head taken off.
Yeah, they're gonna fall. CUA going to cap it back, but well, maybe not. Or okay, yeah, they're just get a little bit of a stagger in there, but that might be enough time for the crew to come back and re-engage. 91% on the board when they flip. MSMU is going to potentially struggle to get back in there, and no one touches.
Oh,
You
no.
talked about the C9s before we started, and
Oh no.
starting off the very beginning.
Yeah, I thought I was going across the pond to get away from the C9 curse that follows me, but unfortunate. But you know, that was gonna be a tough one anyway, because at the end their Mount didn't really have a lot in the arsenal to retake it, and they were going to need to walk into Spooky Boy's overclock as well, which it wouldn't have ended too well for them. So while it was, you know, at least contestable, it was going to be a tough one anyway for them. And still keeping with these same compositions, no Symmetra anymore though. Never mind they are, so they probably going to TP to point.
They're TP to point this time though. They do have the Kiriko instead of the BAP from the get-go, and we'll see what Airman's able to put off on this. I didn't really see the Kirikos were all that impactful in the last map. They did some good stalling and got a couple picks here and there, but usually that's one of the, like, you know, heroes to look out for alongside the Soldier, of course. But starting out early, Cozy's gonna get a pick onto Spooky Boy. The Sim turrets are going to assist and get a kill onto Toast. But Top Hat Guy will end up falling at the hands of Moses, who's just going crazy. Finds 2 picks in this fight. Cozy finds another one as well. So the DPS for MSMU are just popping off.
Yeah, Mount get a lot done there and going to find the stagger pick also. And they're playing it patiently, not playing into the brawl. Their positioning's very keen and kind of staying back. Uh-oh, Toast took a bit of a spell. The 5-second rule, pick it up and still have it for your breakfast, but now Catholic, they're going to enter here in a 5v4.
Does the 5-second rule apply if you drop it into a river, or a virtual river at the very least? Because that seems to be what happened there. Doesn't matter. Moses is going to come in, pick up another pick onto Devious. Top Hat Guy, though, returning the favor along with Spooky, and Rest still picking up kills. Toast tries to even things up for MSMU, finding Airman, and Zerial finds Spooky Boy. Are they going to be able to hold? This seems like a lost fight for MSMU, but they are bringing it back.
Yeah, they're
Zerial.
really holding it in. Yeah, Zerial on the monkey, absolute madness there, cheeky Charlie. But now, you know, start to think, how do we start to break this? The Rhine start not to work. They do have this Kitsune rush coming into this fight, but so do the opposing teams. You'll probably likely see both of them being popped at that same time. A key thing though is that this barrage is ready, and how are they going to try and plan to get this barrage off?
Well, I mean, we're seeing the double support ults come in to engage into the fight, but MSMU, they're just going to disengage, use the Lucio speed boost, get on out of there, and they'll try to take a fight of their own. Top Hat Guy, though, going to pop the ult, finds Zerial. Spooky Boy will fall at the hands of Moses, though. It was back and forth, at least it seemed to be for a minute there, but MSMU holding strong for as good as map 1 was for CUA. MSMU is just destroying them.
Yeah, like this composition of CMUA is just not working anymore. You see, they're now actually putting Devious on to give the pocket there to Top Hat Guy. And the barrage did get a little something, but it wasn't the value they were looking for. But that's a great opener that's going to allow them to enter here.
I'm sorry. What was that pick? That's crazy. That gives them a great opportunity. And this is, well, it is potentially their last fight. And what a good way to start it. but with an early pick onto the Pharah and a few more extra picks, the Beyblade of Death coming out from Cozy, not going to be able to get anything though. CUA will be able to retake this one. They aren't going down without a fight.
Yeah, incredible opening pick, but incredible accuracy there by Spooky Boy with the railgun, utilizing that overclock perfectly to just disable that Blossom. Now, it's actually looking pretty good for the side of CMA there, because now there's no real win condition ultimates on the side of Mount as they're entering here with only a Primal.
Very true, but that Primal could get them work. Zerial's already done a ton of damage to CUA. They got 2 kills so far in that fight. Make that 3. Zerial, the monkey, picking up the team, putting it on his back, and says, hey, come here, we're gonna go fight a large German man.
Incredible play there from the tank of Mount to turn it around. Yeah, when you have a monkey that good, absolutely play into the meta, because Zerial took a Primal and turned it into Midas's touch and actually got that change.
Yeah, they turn him into gold and they beat their other teammates with the gold. Like,
yeah, gold's pretty malleable, but it still hurts when you're hit by it.
Too poor, can't confirm.
Yeah, that's true. That hit hard.
Oh, we got a pause coming into play though, which means it's probably back to. Oh, somebody froze. I almost said threw for some reason.
Somebody's throwing. Why are we paused?
Captain Aquinas did disconnect, so they will be back momentarily. I don't think we're going to continue this game with MSMU down a down a support player.
Yeah, and this is gonna happen, especially when you're not playing LAN. You're gonna have tech issues.
4v5. What is this? My quick play games?
I did actually play a quick play game earlier today. Not to go on another tangent, but it was 45 the whole time. Someone just didn't playing the map we were on.
I'll tell you what, I think my favorite game mode lately has been Mystery Heroes. Just, I don't know. I just enjoy it. Feels like everyone's equally bad at it.
I can respect that. I can respect Mystery Heroes.
I'm sure I'll run into like a Dante type at some point and he'll just body everyone.
It reminds me of like when you get like packets of sweets or crisps where it's like a bunch of different flavors and you don't know which individual. Sorry, I said crisp. Chip, right? Yes. But an individual chip is a different flavor, so you never know what you're going to get. That's what Mystery Heroes is like. I don't know why I always equate it to food. Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe I need a midnight snack.
I could respect that. I could respect the midnight snack. Midnight snack gang, where are you at? I know you're here in chat. You're college students.
Yeah, we're in collegiate. Where's the midnight snack?
Bad sleep schedule and midnight snack club. Where are you at? I know you're here somewhere.
Oh, yeah, still waiting for the return of the captain. So, yeah, we're just gonna probably end up talking about yodeling again or something, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. Well, you know what? They're discussing the weather in game. Wow. Fat Bat Guy says their weather is bipolar. 80 degrees yesterday, 40 today. That's about how I would describe that.
I'm sorry, I do the mental maths of what that means in Celsius.
Like summer weather and then winter weather.
Right.
You know what? I got multiple monitors. I can solve this real quick. So 80 is a 26.66 repeating, of course, Celsius. And then 40 would be, assumingly half that, 4 degrees Celsius, so not half of that.
I see. Okay. We don't get that hot here in Scotland, but we do have some wild weather where you can experience every season in a day. So I definitely vibe with that, as the kids say. I'm down with it.
I'm digging a hole. Like all of us Overwatch players and casters who were like college age-ish when the first game came out probably just are like cringe humoring boomers 99% of the time now.
Yeah,
I feel like
we're grizzled.
we're just like fodder for hello fellow youth.
Yeah, we're waiting. You know, we've spent years trying to keep up with what the meme is like, the latest meme that we've
Yeah.
given up, and we're just
We
like,
are the memes now.
yeah, we are the memes. You know, we have to accept that. At one point, our generation will be the meme.
At some point, I don't know what you're talking about. We're already there.
Oh boy.
Enjoy your youth, Zoomers.
You rascallions and your Overwatch 2s. Back in
You
my
dang
day, it was
kids.
6 Winstons on a team.
In my day, we had loot boxes.
Oh, well, looks like we have the return of the player. The team's readying up now, and we will decide Lijiang, which is split 1-1 here. And, you know, you cannot draw control, so someone is going to start this series with a point in their favor.
Unfortunately, it's true. I've yet to find a way to draw on control. I wonder. I wonder if neither team capped, if it would time out after a certain period of time.
5, 4.
Maybe after 99 minutes and 99 seconds. 99 seconds? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Let's go with it.
I mean, that is a unit of time, just not one divisible into minutes.
Anyhow, sticking with the brawl here, the speeding around with this nice rotation into the back line.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to play through the tight corners, especially if you're playing the Reinhardt. You only got so much shield, and you got to be moving forward and making space for your team along with it. But again, we're just seeing kind of an out-rotation from MSMU. Mount Overwatch, as it were, are really looking like they want to keep their spot here on the pinnacle. And I mean, obviously, you know, you want to keep looking. I don't know why I even made that statement, but it sounded cool in my head.
It did. It was cool. It was cool. I'll back you up here. I'll be your hype man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Mount winning that one out there, and moving over to the Zarya. We mentioned that we're not on the Overwatch League patch yet. So Zarya has not yet received those nerfs. Still very strong character, able to get to those high levels of charge and do incredible damage. And now they're defending pretty well here. They're close to their Blossom, which will be their win condition moving forward. Airman, though, on the opposing side, close to that Amp Matrix, and that can create enough space to get some place on point.
Oh my god, top hat guy falling so early, and he's already 60% behind in the race for a Death Blossom. Cozy, they're using theirs, didn't get a ton of value out of it. Didn't matter, though. Their team still won the fight.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh.
Gets out of it. Yeah, we didn't see it, but Cozy did use that Death Blossom down, got immediately headshot by Spooky Boy. No, you're not experiencing deja vu. It did happen. Now Graviton Surge ready from Zerial. This is going to be a key factor going into it, especially since Devious does not yet have that beat drop ready.
Yeah, and it looks like we're seeing a couple just little like poke attempts here, but now we see the overclock coming out from the Sojourn. Moses gonna be firing on through. Airman, of course, also dropped their window, but it wasn't able to really give them a ton of value. The Shatter comes down, knocks a bunch of people down, but there's no follow-up there for the team CUA, and we're still getting just chunked down now. But a Fire Strike going to be able to take out Zerial. Can't have that happening if you're Zarya. You need to be able to shut them down before then. It seemed like they were charged up enough, but despite what appeared to be a winning fight, a losing fight, CUA, they seem to be coming back into this, but we're seeing some more investment now. We see the little jump come through from Captain Aquinas, our lovely lever from earlier on the Kiriko, going to get some shutdowns of their own, and man, this was an absolutely dominant showing from Mount Overwatch MSMU, 100-0. That is a statement.
Yeah, and you could say that was a bit of a messy fight, but you know, when you really break it down and look deeper into it, they were very patient in how they played that. Where the side of Mount, they decided to hold in, wait for that Kitsune rush opportunity, and then come out with it, and that's what really turned the tide in the end of that fight. So that was a very patiently played situation there by Mount, and now of course they are up 1-0 in our best of 5 matchup here.
That they are, and I haven't seen the rules yet. I'm assuming, is this loser picks the next map? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yep.
Which,
hybrid. We will be finding hybrid next. The question is, where's CUA going to take us? Are we thinking that potentially they're doing they have a bit of a Rhine one trick, or are we thinking they have some other tank preferences that may just not have been viable on Lijiang?
So what I like about Lijiang and a lot of control maps is each map kind of has its own kind of preferred meta of play. And what we saw is on Gardens, on the nice big open map where dive has always been very prevalent, they still played the brawl. So whether it's a round one trick or not, it's definitely a brawly team. They like to play that. So I would be shocked if we're not going to the likes of King's Row or something that really plays into that brawl. Because that seems like that's what their playstyle is, and of course you want to play into your strengths. And yep, there it is. King's Row it is.
Yeah, very much so. And who doesn't love a good King's Row map? I think it's like the iconic Overwatch map. It really feels like it.
Yeah, especially over here in the EU. Every scrim is just 4 King's Rows in a after each other, and everyone just plays brawl basically. Yeah.
Understandable. It's a fantastic map.
I
I put it up there. It might be the best. I don't know. I really like Busan as well. It's hard to say. There's a lot of good maps in this game, but I think as far as iconic maps go, you got to look towards King's Row.
Yeah, King's Row is a very iconic map. What if you asked 100,000 Overwatch players what their favorite map is? I imagine King's Row would come out on top. Don't know how much by, but it's the kind of classic, the creme de la creme of the Overwatch community. But now that they've made it daytime, I don't know. I like my dingy nighttime.
We got to vote for Hanamura. I could see that. Hanamura is a gorgeous map to look at.
It is, yeah.
That's kind of cheating though. The Sakura blossoms, those are just that's just like easy win for visual appeal.
They could replace the Mandata statue in King's Row with a Sakura tree. There
you go. Yeah, would that do it for you, Skater Girl?
That could be what changes it. Yeah, a nice tree, just one.
Yeah.
Nice. And we will be getting into it soon. And of course, like I was saying, King's Row leans into those tight corners, those nice rotations for the brawl. Even more classically, it would be a Rein Zarya or a Rein Diva. But obviously, these days, it will just be the Rein or the Zarya. And I'm expecting to see the side of Mount. They've swapped sides now. The side of Mount come out with the Zarya, and then CUA prefer that Reinhardt. And there's different ways of playing it. Obviously, meta is in the hands of the Zarya, but if you outpace the Zarya, if you attack them quicker than they have a chance to gain that charge, then your Rein can get that value.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you talk about like Rein being better in kind of the more like closed spaces. There's a lot of choke points in this map that the payload has to move through, and Rein can take good advantage of those.
Absolutely. So it will now be the side of Mount on your right and Catholic University on your left. And that will mean that we see what Mount come out with on the attack first. And they are going to be playing some interesting picks here. Is this Torb for real? Is this coming out of spawn?
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, that sure is a Torb that is no longer in spawn. I am so very confused right now. I have several questions and no answers to those questions.
You could only predict so much, right? You can't predict when a team's going to bring out a Torbjorn on King's Row defense. And wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Even-
I can't help
so
but
I-
notice there's no
Yeah.
Reinhardts.
There's no Reinhardt because Spooky Boy and Restiel have swapped roles. Spooky Boy now on tank, Restiel, who was the Rein, is now on Cassidy. Interesting.
No, Restiel was the monkey.
No,
They
Zerial
have,
was the
yes,
monkey.
they have swapped. They have swapped roles. No, wait. No, because they swapped sides. Remember? Wait, I think. Yes. MSMU had monkey. So yeah, Zerial was monkey. I'm not insane. Chat, back me up here. I'm not insane. I might be insane. I'm not insane about this particular thing. In any case, Zerial still flexing their Zarya muscles, getting the first pick of this fight. Top hat guy, though, the Torb, it finds Kiriko. That is so unfortunate, but Moses going to get the snipe shot onto Devious. Zerial finds top hat guy, and it looks like MSMU gonna come out on top in this fight, at least so far, but it's not over just yet, maybe? Okay, they are going to have to back off. Yes, MSMU is going to force COA to back off.
Yeah, kind of a wild scenario there that we saw. The top hat guy has swapped off the Torbjorn. I think it was maybe an experimental choice, and it has not, well, reaped too many benefits. Now, in the soldier who can get good value, but against a soldier who's got that one-shot potential, it's not really going to match up too well, especially since we have seen the side of Mount aren't afraid to get those cheeky headshots.
Very true. I almost feel like the Torb is more for the backline. You can just kind of set up the turret in a spot that is just going to be really inconvenient for them to have to deal with. But speaking of inconvenience, Moses taking off top hat guy's head. Doesn't matter if you're Torb. Doesn't matter if you're Soldier 76. You know, you got a cheeky little snipe shot, and you're done. Oh, and another one. Oh no, that was Cozy. Excuse me, they're double sniping. I guess
Yes.
you could count Sojourn as a sniper.
Yeah, I really was not expecting to see the double sniper setup coming. Yeah, I can't even speak anymore because I'm that shocked at what I'm seeing. But it is working out for them, and Airman, yeah, is going to get cleaned up for that one. But on the recontest,
little aggressive, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. On the recontest, there is now the grab, of course, from both sides, as well as that Kitsune rush. Now you're thinking how to stop it? Well, both Lucios are at 70% to the beat. So it might just be which team is able to get this beat up fast enough, or maybe they'll say, hey, throw it to the wall and see what happens.
Well, we got the grab and the Kitsune rush both coming through at the same time, and that feels like it should be enough for COA to pick up the fight, but Cozy says, no, not today. They're trading back and forth now. Captain Aquinas going to get a pick onto Restiel. Devious finds Captain Aquinas, though. The double headshots, and yeah, there is a bit of stabilization there coming out from CUA.
That is true, but it is worth noting Mount were very patient. They did not use any ultimates in that fight. They wanted to draw them out of the defense, and they did. Now, they have that Kitsune rush, they have this grab, and they basically have the choice of the field tier with this arsenal of ultimates.
That they do, but we're going to have two ultimates online in this next fight for CUA. They might be able to make something happen with that. Zerial, though, finding Spooky Boy. Not to the best start, but Zerial going to fall to Devious. The Lucio putting in some work, and it drops the beat. Both of them actually dropping the beat. Diving on into the backline, trying to find that Kiriko, just trying to keep this point alive, not allow the cap of that second point, and once again, we will see a stabilization from CUA, but they've used everything, and meanwhile, Captain Aquinas getting just a random pick onto Devious. Hello? Hello?
This fight continues in this kind of poke stage. Well, now here comes the rotation back, but that is actually terrible for the attacking team. But this Kitsune rush could be enough to turn the tide in this next fight.
That it could. No ultimates on the line or any really all that close for the side of CUA, and they're going to have to change their name to See You Later. Zerial shutting them down, though maybe not. I spoke too soon. The triple punch kill coming out from CUA. Sometimes you don't need the guns, you just need your fist. They're throwing hands and taking names, and they will continue this improbable hold.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat of it all really came out there in the end with all those melee finishes. And you see the panic now in the attacking side. Moses swapping to this Hanzo now, maybe going for that dragon grab combo, although they're a little bit out of sync. Defense here, Airman with this Kutsuni rush. That's going to be a big indicator for this next fight.
Man, I love it. It's nostalgic for me, honestly. And he doesn't even need the dragon. He finds Top Hat Guy. Top Hat Guy falling very early in some of these fights, though. When they've managed to get value, it's gotten big, but this is not one of those days, and it seems that the impenetrable wall built by CUA will now fall as the point rolls forward on it. And we head indoors for the final section of King's Row.
Absolutely, and if you've ever thought, oh, I can't switch, they've got ultimates, well, watch that fight back. And just goes to show that the swap of a hero can catch the opponents off guard. That's a headshot again by Moses. Very close to this dragon already after just switching.
There's a very interesting look coming out from them. And you have Top Hat Guy just kind of strafe shooting into the back, trying to get damage in where they can. Moses will find Restiel, though. Spooky Boy finds Moses. These fights have all been very scrappy and very long. Okay, even though they're up these multiple members, I was going to say it's not quite over yet, but MSMU Zerial taking them to the cleaners. 3 kills in that last fight. Cozy picking up, actually, I believe that was the 5th, but so long between them that respawns came in.
And defense do have this beat, though, for this next fight, which will help them out, especially with this fighter.
That a will. Top Hat Guy goes in. The grab dragon, it comes on out. Doesn't find any value, but it doesn't matter. Moses picked up a kill without it anyway. And yeah, I think that's going to be the map. They dropped the beat. They just invested everything into the last fight. And, oh, you know, actually, sorry, excuse me. They still had an ult to work with if they really wanted to.
Yeah, that Grav Dragon worked perfectly. I mean, sure, it didn't get the eliminations, but it really set up the follow-up there on that fight. So incredible stuff there from both sides. And, you know, while yes, Mount do have a minute 14, decent time, you do have to give it to CUA because they held in that second point so long. They had such a big time bank, did Mount, and it was just drained away and drained away and drained away into the storm drains of London. But now it is time for CUA to attack here, and maybe they come out with a Torb.
was that the casual Torb impression? The Torb.
Torb. I'm Swedish. Oh boy.
I was trying to think of how to do like a Torbjorn Swedish chef like voice, how that would sound. Torby Jerbadurba.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know.
That was alright. That was alright.
Torbjorn.
Get in contact with Blizzard, you know. You never know.
I mean, yeah, you know, I could be I could just alternate voice.
You could be a Swedish chef version of Torbjorn.
How has there not been a Muppet Torb? We need a puppet Torb skin. Make it happen. Oh, that is a dangerous place to be, though, Zerial. You know they have the Widow. Actually, it looks like we have an honorable Widow duel potentially happening. Okay, maybe not. Top Hat Guy taking a few steps back. Swapping onto the Hanzo. They got some work in with it on the last point. Airman getting awfully low there, as is Moses, but no depth yet in this fight. Devious, please. Okay, no, actually, it's not going to be the person with 1 HP that dies first. It's going to be the Kiriko. Airman goes down. Restil follows them. Zerial putting in the work here for MSMU. Who needs DPS with tanks like these?
Yeah, Zerial is just outstanding, and it really goes to show for the support line as well to really sustain them and build into the strengths there of that Zarya. Top Hat Guy, not getting the best of the sniper duel.
That was a cheeky little game of Pop Goes the Weasel, just played with a double-decker bus, and yeah, the Weasel got whacked. Moses trying to get some more picks, dueling the Hanzo, but Top Hat Guy, they'll get a manner of revenge, getting the headshot. That is a much longer trip back to the point, and they're going to take advantage of it. Moving on in, rushing in there, using the Lucio speed boost. The disengage.
Oh.
Disengage was good though. Zariel holding it down once again for the team. Cozy then comes on in, cleaning things up. Doesn't want to be left out of the conversation for that player of the match.
Yeah, it goes
Trying
off
to get some of
Cozy.
their own kill feed. That was too cheeky for my like. They got a bit low there off the Hanzo shot.
Yeah, you can't stand still against your opponents here. They well utilize that. Airman does have this Kitsune rush coming up. The captain already with it. Moses can open this up with sights, and that's an aggressive play when they know where you are. Top hat guy.
That it is, and they're gonna pay for a top hat guy as well. He doesn't need a hat anymore because he doesn't have a head anymore. Once again, losing it to Moses. Parting your head like they part the Red Seas, and that joke. We'll run out of parting the Red Sea jokes eventually, I promise.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem that MSMU is going to be running out of gas anytime soon. They have abandoned the point and are just up in the spawn now of CUA, and they are making it work. It's crazy to me that they just haven't been able to make anything happen, but they're building up a good amount of ultimates, going to engage with Kiriko's Kitsune rush. And Top Hat Guy has that dragon he can throw into the point for a bit of extra damage. You gotta think the teams are communicating. They know where to send it. There's the grab. Where's the dragon?
Ooh. That overclock there, fighting ahead of Rasteel, who is in that Blossom now. Yeah, it's a disaster here. The attacking team, they used everything that they had, and it just did not work out. In fact, Top Hat Guy has went to the bank again of heroes and found Sombra this time, which is still very strong in this patch. Could get a good hack off, but I don't know how well it works with this composition.
I'm not either. We'll have to see, and they'll have to make something happen quick with only 30 seconds remaining. CUA, they're down to the wire. Toast going to find Top Hat Guy. That's not the value they were looking for, I gotta imagine. Toast finding a second kill in that fight. The Lucios and also the Widowmakers in this fight, putting in a lot of work. Zariel will win the battle over Spooky Boy. MSMU absolutely dominant on this map. This is a team that wants to solidify themselves at the top of the table and has the skill to do so. It is not looking great for CUA in this fight. Oh my goodness. They're going to need to come back with something big.
Yeah, it's starting to look like Marvin Gaye was wrong. There is a moon high enough. And, you know, CUA, they're struggling. Here's a bit of a game by Zariel.
Marvin Gaye reference in 2022.
Good on me. Those Zoomers will know.
I was not ready. I was not ready for that. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I'm good. Oh
boy.
We're gonna need to see something big out of CUA though if they want to come back in this. They need that reverse sweep or at least some signs of life to show that they aren't out of this. But you gotta think they'd be a little boomed after that full hold. I know I would be.
Yeah, it's a tough one, especially it was their map choice, and to be full held on the map that you chose is a tough scenario. And I don't know if they're being experimental or how much they've practiced this situation, but with players swapping roles, it's more than just, you know, different hero pool. It's different position in the shot calling. You know, it's all sorts of different things in terms of the team play and that, you know, internal synergy that changes. So it is really tough if you have, you know, people switching roles. And that is what we had there with CUA. They will be going to Dorado this time for the payload map, which could be
looks
our...
like they've swapped out their tank. Pokemonster coming in now. It'll be interesting to see. Excuse me. It'll be interesting to see if that's what gets them back into it. Just a bit of a change of pace, you know, a Mikey Kaluge situation from the Shock. It looks like they're going to be going to offense first. Or MSMU is going to be offense first, that is to say.
Yeah, and you raise a good point, you know, the Mikey Kaluge situation where, you know, both would play Monkey, but it was just that the way that they played it was different and suited different needs for the Shock. And there could be a situation here for the CUA team in terms of how these players play. But, you know, now with Pokemonster coming in, could still be Spooky Boy on the tank, but I have to imagine it would be Pokemonster now coming in for it. No changes for MSMU. I mean, when it's, you know, why you know, fix something if it ain't broke? You know, keep it how it is.
Well, here's my question: why would CUA choose to go to Kings Row, which, you know, you had spoken about being a very good Reinhardt map, and then not play Reinhardt at all?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a diplomatic way of saying it. I don't
let's
know.
see which school's channel are we on? Who are we allowed to badmouth?
Well, we're on Mid-Atlantic Esports. We're not on we're not on an school channel.
All right,
so we don't biases. Well, obviously we don't have bias, but yeah, I don't know what the decision was. It's a little silly. I'm a Reinhardt enjoyer myself, so I was excited. I was like, oh, a team that plays Reinhardt. I'm excited. Then he switched to Zarya, and I'm like, oh, you broke my heart.
Don't you forget about Ryan.
Oh,
that didn't work at all.
It's gonna be in my head either way.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll be humming that going to sleep.
But which will you be thinking of, the Breakfast Club or Futurama?
Oh, probably the Breakfast Club for me. Yeah.
I got much more fond memories of Futurama, but that doesn't matter. We're going into Dorado. We can stop vamping once again.
Yes, there might not be too much future for this series, as it could end here in Dorado, as of course it is best of 5, 1 point away for the side of Mount to be taking it. And I ain't even going to talk about what they have because they're trying to debate us. But the defense,
I want it.
Like,
give it to me. Give it to me.
Give
me the hog. I want it.
If any team could pull it off, it probably would be Mount, because Zerial has been popping off on the tank roll.
They really have. I just want to see it. I want to see some high level hog play. I got a taste of it from Dante in the very first game of the playoffs, and we didn't see it at any point for any team again. I haven't gotten my fix in, but I don't know that it matters. Pokemonster on the Winston. Oh my god, it's not a debate. It's not a debate. The hog is real.
Yeah, do not adjust your monitors, folks. It's not broken. It's actually a real pick hook. Oh, that's his fault.
Alright, 0% hook accuracy, not off to the best start. But hey, you know, there will be other shots and they'll get it onto Devious. They'll fall early. The Tracer comes in, styles on Spooky Boy, and this comp almost feels like it's just meant to style on them. It feels almost like they aren't taking this match seriously anymore. I don't think Tracer and Hog are serious picks, I'll be real.
Yeah, I think they're starting to try, you know, a little bit of, you know, a different look. I mean, you know, to still be, you know, for on the side of your question.
BM.
It's a little BM-y, but, you know, it's still a composition that's worth considering. I mean, even in Green Contenders, there's been some Roadhog play I have heard. And it's very poke-oriented. Not going to get that hook, though.
No, I've noticed there's been a distinct lack of hook accuracy, and, well, that is a little disappointing to see. You can't argue with results, and so far, Zerial is racking up a colossal body count on this large Australian man.
Yeah, they're cooking something up, and it's pork-based, because Hog has actually worked there so far. Now, though, it's a very high ground oriented point we're moving into. Zerial has already rotated up there, though, so maybe it will continue to work out for them.
Maybe, oh my
no.
god, that had to be a hook. There's no way that wasn't a hook shot. You don't get headshot kills with Hog otherwise. They won't get a whole Hog kill onto Pokemaster though, and yeah, this just feels like they're going for style points. MSMU running rough shot over CUA here, but there will be a kill at the very least that comes in from Spooky Boy. They're able to pick off Toast in that last fight, and I think that might have been their first kill of the game, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, honestly, it's Zerial's world and we're just living in it. And there
it really
again.
Is. Oh, that was a crazy hook too. And, Reaper almost doesn't get out of there. They just land. They land every shot, but I'm not. We haven't gotten a hook on stream yet. So
yeah,
those are the only shots they aren't landing. And hey, as long as you're hitting all the other ones, who cares? They are pushing this like there's no tomorrow. They are not paid by the hour. They are paid by the match, and they want to head home early.
Yeah, Zero and Earman there will allow them to sustain this fight. Another missed hook, though, going for those long range, but still sustaining for the attacking team.
And this is kind of insane. You know, something interesting. I saw this actually on a YouTube short shout out the other day. You see the way they have their aim ring set for Hog. That is actually the hitbox for the hook. So that is how much space the hook has to land. It's a colossal hitbox. Okay, okay, we got it to land on stream. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Zerio represented there by his stream. About 4:20 in the time bank, moving into third, and there's no signs of stopping! This is cyberbullying! Cozy!
Come on! They have families.
And yeah, they've had it. They're swapping to Aressa, they're getting the Pharah out, the Hanzo, they're like, screw it. It's time to bring out the pub stompers and see if they'll work out for us. And there's a bit of a scramble going on.
Well, and here's the thing, MSMU just has them right where you want them. The best thing that you can do is force your opponent to switch to counter you, because then they're not playing the game they want to play. They're just trying to counter what you have going on. And so far, it hasn't really worked out. Zerial and Cozy getting some big picks in there early. Kiriko doing her best. Airman, rest in peace.
Oh boy. That deflect was schnasty there by Cozy. No,
no, surely not. Surely not. Not like this.
That was disrespectful.
I don't know. I don't know about you, Gio. I'm gonna need a shower after that push.
Yeah.
Holy hell! I feel dirty just watching that.
Yeah, no mercy. Literally, you got hooked to the spawn.
Yeah, no mercy. You got hooked and cooked.
Oh,
real
brother, that started to look like my scrim from earlier today, and I was not the hog side. Oh, yeah, brother.
No, there's a reason that we're on at the caster's booth.
Yes.
And not on the player side of things.
Yeah. Because like the side of Catholic University of America, they would roll and smoke us any day of the week, but you know, it's the side of Mount that are so on a next level right now that they're making Christian look like they don't know what they're doing, and that's a sign of a really good team when you make opponents who are equally, you know, capable look like they have no idea what's going on.
It's shocking to me that both these teams are 2-2. More so that MSMU has lost twice when they're playing like this.
Yeah, it just goes to show there's some incredible talent in this regular season, and they're sticking with the crazy, with Moses now on to the Sombra, and that's even more cheeky, honestly.
It really is. Oh man, and the Sombra, after watching CUA try it, last game. I think it was it Top Hat guy or Spooky Boy that had swapped onto it. Oh, there's the hook. There's the hook. Rest in peace, Spooky Boy. Back to spawn with E. Go play the Futurama theme on those spells for a few seconds.
Yeah, it's not working out too well though for the defense, and I need to eat my words. Yeah, they lost their Sombra early, but now with Moses on the Widow, that's a comfort pick for them that we've seen, and I'm scared for what this next 3 minutes are going to look like.
Oh yeah, I mean any comfort pick for MSNU is an uncomfy pick for CUA, especially with the double headshot
Moses
on the Far Mercy too. So those are some moving targets.
Oh no, it's the spawn door challenge and it's working.
Yeah, you don't want to spawn door challenge a Roadhog though. I'll say that. Cozy, what's up, what's up, fam? How you doing there?
Living up to the name. That's what they're doing. Almost got the blade.
They just vibing.
Yeah.
Chucking on in some cheeky little shurikens. I love that. I love that their ornament just hangs from their hand. I haven't noticed that before. That's actually hilarious. Like their hand is a phone case.
Yeah, Overwatch steps.
Oh
no.
Oh, Zariel, no. I don't think Zariel's died. I don't think Zariel has died once this map.
That's actually a great point.
I'm not sure how much of MSMU has died, I'll be real.
I'd almost be interested to see what happens if we press tab and see what the stats are like.
That almost feels like it would be BM.
Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for spectators then. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
That's
okay. Moses again! Oh, Devious! I feel so bad for Devious. They can't do anything. His Mercy. They're just getting headshotted every time they walk out the spawn room door. Oh, Cozy! No, not like this. Oh my goodness.
It's a dire day in Dorado for the side of CUA here, and Cozy
good alliteration.
Thank you.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Cozy got the reflect shot and killed Top Hat guy in their spawn room?
That would be it for me.
Cozy does. That's a first, I think. Maybe Airman though. That's a pretty big pick that you want to see. You don't want to get those shots. Pokemonster getting out of there as quickly as they can. Spooky Boy though, double dragon kill. Zariel finds a pick on the Pokemonster. So it's not over yet for this defense, but MSMU Zariel finally falls down, and the rest comes through onto Pokemonster. We are going to see at least a push. That feels mean to say, but we are going to see at least an attempt at a push towards this first checkpoint coming out from CUA, and a big monkey coming to slap you in the face. Make sure you don't get in there to contest as quickly. Not sure that it matters. Top Hat guy finds Toast though. Okay, looking to get some momentum. CUA doing a good job of keeping that going. The Widow duel might be what finishes this. Moses finds Top Hat guy, but not before Top Hat guy found two in that fight. But now we're seeing a stabilization come out with 5 seconds remaining from MSMU, and that is not what you want to see if you're the attackers. It's all down to the Kiriko. Overtime ticks away, and after a fairly close map 1, we have a very decisive 3-0 from MSMU.
Wow, that was looking so strong there, and yeah, they got the fight win for a moment there, did CUA, but they threw everything but the kitchen sink at Mount, and it still wasn't enough. Mount are just on a next level of team play and, well, individual pop-off potential, and Zariel coming out looking like a big boss, for sure.
The final boss of MSMU, Zariel. The Roadhog, the Zarya, both immaculate play. I say who can stop this team, but they've already lost twice. And again, I just go, how? What is the level of play that's coming out from these other teams for this to not be a first place team?
Yeah, that's actually something I'm going to scramble into the record books while we wait for the possibility that we might have, pardon me, an interview from one of those players, I believe, probably on the side of Mount. So it was the Patriots, GMU Patriots, that actually 3-0'd Mount in round 3. And in round 1, it was the American University Blue who actually beat Mount. So
Another team that's one of our 4-0 teams, and then another one of the 2-2 teams. Very interesting. But
yeah,
now we are going to start to see the brackets and the rankings kind of shape up here. Yeah, I believe that will put Mount Overwatch into third CUA, going to fall a bit down into I believe that it would be 6th place spot. Still though, they had some good looks on Lijiang Tower. I think if they played more like they did on that map, they could certainly take some. And the Reinhardt looked good. I'm surprised they didn't go back to it at any point.
yeah. I'm starting to think maybe it was an experimental thing or just a Lijiang only thing. But taking that away, like if I were CUA here, I'd maybe think about leaning into the Reinhardt because, as you said, that's where they shined the best. And, you know, it was a competitive match on Lijiang. It was not one-sided. And we can't say that about King's Row, and we definitely can't say that about the Rados. So, you know, there's definitely things for both sides to take away from this into their future matches. And we will have an interview from the players after a brief break. So do not go anywhere, folks, and we'll be back after the break. And welcome back, folks. So now we have a bit of an interview with one of the players from Mount St. Mary's University. It is Toast. So first I'll start you off simple, you know, how are you feeling after that one?
Honestly, after that game, I'm just feeling very confident in our ability to play as a team. And honestly, I've got to give props to Zerial for his tank gameplay. His Zarya was killing it, and his Winston was just on point.
Absolutely. It looked like a final boss sometimes when those primals were popped. It was a terrifying thing. Which leads me on to something, not really a question, more of like a demand. Roadhog, discuss. What happened there? Is that something you do on Dorado, or was that?
So the Roadhog gameplay, Zero just likes playing a little bit of Roadhog in Overwatch 1. He was a Zarya Roadhog main, so he just likes to throw it in the mix. He really likes the Roadhog Kiriko combo because Kiriko's cleanse can just get him out of really sticky situations like anti and sleep. So
Wow, yeah. I mean, it looked like a final boss there at the end. I mean,
yeah.
you guys were so dominant there on Dorado. It did look like it was, picks that you guys were definitely comfortable playing, and not just kind of, fun picks, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you say Zen is one of your comfort picks then?
Yeah, usually everyone's telling me to just stick with Lucio because he's really good right now. But I ask, can I play Zen real quick? just to play something else. But yeah, Zen still worked there because I could land those discords for their Far Mercy. So it was good.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, those discords can still be, a lot of value these days. But yeah, you're right. As a Lucio world at the moment, so you
Yeah.
got Breaver there on Zen. At one point, well, not one point, for the entirety of Lijiang, you're up against a Reinhardt. Now, that's not something you see too often. Were you guys prepared for that, or did that catch you off guard?
So that actually did catch us off guard at first. We were having trouble positioning around him because the point of us playing against the Reinhardt was us to like play it at range, so that way we don't get in the melee range of Reinhardt and take his damage and build up his shatters. So first map, he was building up a lot of shatters, and we were just getting destroyed by them. But once we got to that second map, Control Center, we were able to like position and play around him and just rotate around his range, so we can just take out their team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the adaptation did seem to work for sure. And now moving on to the next round. I'm sure you guys are thinking of that next step. Your next opponent, I believe, are the Bobcats, who are undefeated. I believe they are 5-0. Their match this round has been confirmed that they won it. How are you feeling going into a matchup against a team that is so dominant in the standings right now?
Honestly, I don't feel as bad as I would have in previous years because I'm very confident in our team play currently and the way we've been leveling up, putting in the owl comp and stuff like that. It's just been really working out well. I think in our previous match against JMU Patriots, who were 4-0, they were a very, very tough opponent, and we couldn't really work around that. But last map, we kind of got our stuff together and were able to at least hold them down a little bit. So I think going into this match, I think we can keep up our team play, and I think we stand a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my last question, I guess, then would be looking, to the future. I think between now and your next match, there will be that um, update that Owl had, the Zarya nerf, the Genji nerf, etc. How have you guys been preparing for that? Have you just been kind of preparing on the current patch, or do you guys have your eyes forward to what might change about your team comps once that patch comes in?
Yeah, usually we'd have that rush with Zarya, and she's really good. But with the nerf, we're starting to practice the Owl comp, which is Winston, Reaper, Sojourn, Lucio, Kiriko. And so during that, we just have been practicing that. We've been playing that in scrims and stuff. So
All right. Yeah, definitely look good. That's all from me. Speed Lemon, any final questions?
I was going to ask about the patch and the comp going forward, but you covered that in your last one. So I actually don't have anything. Just wanted to say, great game. You guys absolutely killed it out there.
thank you.
Great stuff. Well, thank you for joining us, Toast. Wish you good luck in your next match.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure it'll be a good one. Oh, Speed Lemon, what a matchup we have witnessed tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I mean again, those last two maps, I need a cold shower and like rethink some things in my life after watching that. Oof, those were absolutely just brutal beatdowns there. But again, CUA, they had some good looks on Lijiang Tower, and they had some good looks on defense on King's Row. It's just kind of, man, their attack on King's Row and then all of Dorado just,
Oh boy.
oh, got some things to rethink there heading into their next rounds.
Yeah, I don't think I'll look at Roadhog the same way again, honestly.
I mean, I didn't, consider him like a great human being to begin with, but like, that just, I think I just watched a couple war crimes there.
Oh, brother, yeah, that was rough. But it does set Mount on, a good path. Their next opponent, like we discussed, are undefeated at 5-0. And this is a great momentum for them to swing forward. So that'll be an interesting matchup in the next round.
It really well, I'm not sure if it's just the website that is saying this, but it says that Bobcats have won every single one of their matches 3-0. I'm not sure if that's accurate because in the interview he was talking about their match against Bobcats being close, but on the website it says that they lost 3-0. So we'll see. I would have to look a bit more into that, but I am very excited to see their next match and honestly just kind of the rest of the league going forward. This was an absolute blast.
Yeah, absolutely. So exciting stuff to look forward to for the players and, of course, the viewers at home. And that will be the end of tonight's broadcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the teams for allowing us to broadcast your match. My name's been Gio, and I've been joined by Speed Lemon. Thank you for joining me. And, well, don't forget to laugh loud and love yourself, folks. Good night.
Good night.